Here are my top 10 episodes of the original Star Trek series. Number 10. Shore Leave. This episode is wildly imaginative. Whatever you can imagine will come to life on this fun and scary planet. Number 9. Wolf in the Fold. An atmospheric murder mystery that evolves into a fascinating and creepy idea that Jack the Ripper could exist in the future. Cool episode, and gives Scotty more rope than usual. Number 8. Spectre of the Gun. A great concept for an episode as Kirk, Spock, McCoy, Scotty, and Chekhov find themselves in Tombstone, Arizona on the day of the famous gunfight. This episode is interesting in its set's design, and I loved the fragmented set, like memories, and how the Earps are almost like specters themselves. Number 7. The Enterprise Incident. Kirk goes mad and Spock reunites with an old flame. But things aren't what they seem. And remember, there is no Vulcan death grip. Number 6. The Deadly Years. Ever wonder what the crew would be like old? This episode answers that question as Shatner and DeForest Kelley run away with this one. Number 5. Balance of Terror. The famous episode that introduces the Romulans and the cloaking device is a well-constructed piece of suspense that also makes a point about prejudice. Stellar work by everyone, and especially Mark Lenard as the Romulan commander. Number 4. A Piece of the Action. Star Trek meets a comedic version of The Godfather here as our heroes beam to a planet entirely based upon the gangs of the 1920s. A lot of wonderful humor, and Spock brings down the house with, "I'd advise you to keep dialing, Ox Mix." My buddy John and I still laugh at the very last scene where the final piece of music was definitely turned up to 11. Number 3. Tomorrow is Yesterday. A brilliantly written episode about the Enterprise accidentally going back in time to the 60s and getting spotted as a UFO. This classic Trek looks even better now remastered with great special effects. Also, kudos to guest star Roger Perry, who is excellent as the U.S. Air Force pilot who spots the ship. Number 2. The Trouble with Tribbles. A very funny episode with Tribbles, Troubles, and Scotty starting an epic bar fight with the Klingon. This one is all in good fun. Number 1. The City on the Edge of Forever. No surprise here. This episode finds Kirk and Spock traveling back in time to find McCoy. He has inadvertently changed history by saving Edith Keeler, a stunning Joan Collins. Kirk falls in love with her despite the fact that she must die in order to preserve history. The ending is a heartbreaker, as is Kirk's final line, "Let's get the hell out of here." That was the very first time the word hell was said on TV. This episode was written by Harlan Ellison and won the 1968 Hugo Award for Best Dramatic Presentation.